Good afternoon. How are we? You guys just get done eating, or you guys awake? I just want to make sure I'm at the right conference. Are you guys anybody in here? You guys are for-profit businesses or nonprofit? Charities? Okay, good. Just checking. So just show me your hands if you are for-profit, just real quick. Just checking. Okay, good. How many salespeople in the room? Just checking. Okay, good. That's a trick question. I see the hearts coming up. That's good. Here's why I asked the question. Your next presenter is somebody that I've known for going on 18 years. He's the first person that gave me an opportunity to speak on stage. He's the first person that saw an opportunity in who I was. So one, I hold him as a very dear friend. But he also has a very unique skill set. A skill set that, as a for-profit business, as a salesperson, as a loan originator, and as a business person, you need, which is how to craft a unique selling proposition or a unique value proposition. All of you are in a competitive marketplace. You all have to compete. And the reason that's hard is because people have more choices today than they've ever had. And most of the people competing against you are willing to slit their throats with price concessions just to get a deal and almost lose money on them. That's not a sustainable strategy. What you're going to learn from your next speaker up here, Eric Mitchell, who's Executive Vice President of Gold Star Mortgage. He's also the author of The Why of Money, is something that I'm going to tell you ahead of time. Your head is going to begin to spin. It might begin to hurt with excitement. And you might even begin to get frustrated as to why you're still here, because you're going to want to leave saying, how do I implement the strategy now? Because the moment you realize just how valuable it is the moment you realize that you're losing money by not implementing it. That's my way of introducing somebody I think is one of the most valuable people, one of the most, I'd say, decorated and proven sales professionals and executives in this mortgage industry. Let's give a big, warm welcome to Eric Mitchell.
So I was 6 years old. Can you hear me? There we go. So I was 6 years old. I remember it very vividly. I was walking about 4 blocks from home to a drugstore. In my family, growing up, we owned a chain of drugstores. My dad worked 18 hours a day, 7 days a week. He was what I would call an absentee father due to work. My mom was clinically depressed, so she was bedridden. And so I had no parental supervision of any kind my entire childhood. None whatsoever. So on this day, 6 years old, I'm walking to one of our drugstores. It was about 4 blocks away because we had no food. I needed food. And so I was on my way to get some canned tuna and some cereal, some milk. And I would go to the store and get some stuff, take it to the back, and one of the girls would write it on our family, book and put it in a bag for me, and I'd come home and I'd make some food for me and my brother. So my entire childhood, I have no memory whatsoever of a family dinner. Not one, not a single memory. And so I tell you this because the word family, to me, has a different meaning than most people. It's an irrational meaning to me. And so raise your hand if you were at Amplify yesterday. Yeah, about half the room, right? So you saw me yesterday. I get a little emotional, right? So my brother, Renee, that's family to me. And so I'm irrational about it. It comes from a place of love. And so today, I'm going to be a little irrational with you. I want you to understand where it comes from, because I'm irrational about your family. My desire for you is for you to be with your family, for you to get home to your family, to be with your family on the weekends, to be at the mountains or the beach or the lake, whatever that is for you, to have that experience. And I watch our industry not having that. And it bothers me. It offends me. And so when you meet me, a lot of people, and when you hear people that get to know me, one of the words that is used to describe me is he's very, very stubborn. He's very, very rigid. He's very, very in his ways. Yeah, absolutely. I'm an evangelist about you being with your family. And so I'm irrational about it. And so today, what I want to show you, and I'm going to say some numbers, and you say, Eric, that's not possible. Okay, well, I'm going to prove to you that it is. So I'm going to say to you, I need you to make more than $1 million a year. And if you're not making more than $1 million a year, you're not paying attention. That's it. You're simply choosing not to implement. That's it. That's it. So I'm going to use me as an example. If you get onto my YouTube channel and you look at the most recent YouTube videos, you'll notice something very different has happened. I lost 30 pounds in the last 90 days. Yeah. Thank you. Hold on. Was it logical? No. I got a call 90 days ago saying, Eric, would you like to be on stage on August 20th? I looked down. I said, no, not really. I said, well, you're going to be on stage on August 20th. I said, oh, crap. I hung up the phone. I called my doctor. I called my nutritionist, called a personal trainer. I said, okay, team, we got 90 days. What are we going to do? And they all said, well, you're not going to like this. I said, well, I don't care if I like it or not. And so 90 days, right? 30 pounds. I didn't like the process. I can promise you, I didn't like the process. Every day, I was very grumpy every day. Didn't like it. Right? But I needed an outcome. And so making money, prospecting, doing tax, doing activities, it's not about enjoying the process. That's not what it is. Raise your hand if you love prospecting. You lie. You lie. You lie. It's not about enjoying prospecting, it's about enjoying the outcome of prospecting. I didn't enjoy eating 800 calories a day. Right? I needed an outcome. And so today, I need us to focus on is the outcome. $1 million a year, working less than 40 hours a week. $1 million a year, working less than 40 hours a week. Is that all right? If I get us there by the end of today, is that okay? Yes. Okay. So here's today's agenda. I put it in this format so that you can understand how my brain works. That's how my brain works. Everything's in sequence. Zeros and ones, everything. Because I need a predictable outcome. And I understand that not everybody thinks this way, and that's okay. But for me, right, so step one, free giveaways. Is everybody okay if we give you a bunch of free stuff today? Yes. Okay. That's, by the way, if you get to know me, that's my favorite word in the entire English language, free. If it's free, I'll take 10. I don't care what it is, give me 10. It's free, whatever it is. You want to help me and it's free, I'll take your help. Let's go. I don't care, let's go. If it's free, I'll take it, whatever it is. Right, so we also have to understand your market, right? So I'm going to talk to you today about how to get the top 5% of realtors in your market. So what does that mean? Who are they? How do I get them? Why is that important? AI, right? So artificial intelligence. So AI, get used to the term AI, artificial intelligence. What does that mean? What is data? So I say the word data when I talk to people about data. The moment I say the word data, right? Whoever I'm in front of, your eyes gloss over immediately. It's an immediate response. Gloss over, I don't want to talk about data. Data's boring, leave me alone. So I got to find a way for us to get to the point where data equals sexy. So I got about another 40 minutes to get us there, but I'm hoping I can get us there. And the end result is how to beat fintech by using fintech. I hear this all the time, fintech, right? You guys hear that soundbite? Be afraid of fintech, be afraid of fintech. No, embrace fintech and then beat them at their own game. Embrace it and then crush them at what they're doing. That's all you have to do, just understand it. So I'm going to try to do that and then how it applies. Okay, so first free gift is we're going to give you this chart. So the blue section is the foundation, right? So mindset, accountability, integration, and planning. So this is the foundation of how you build your business. The green section, leadership, knowledge, and sales is what you need to learn. You need to constantly be learning the green section. And the purple section is what you need to plug into. Stop trying to reinvent the purple section. It exists better than you know how to do it. Just stop it. Just plug into it. Right? Don't try and write a CRM. Plug into a CRM. Don't try and do that. Right? The purple section you just plug into. And then the red is please understand your why, right? I wrote a book, and we're going to talk about that for about a minute, but what is your purpose? Like, why do you want the money? If I said to you, why do you want $1 million? Whatever answer you give me will tell me whether you're going to do it or not. Just so you know. I already know, based on the words you choose, that tells me whether you will do the activities or not. So I'll give you an example. If you said to me, Eric, are you going to lose 30 pounds in 90 days? And I said, I'm going to try. Am I going to or not? No. Is it clear I'm not going to? Okay. So language will tell you yourself what language am I using will determine whether I'm going to do the activities or not. Right? And so my personal trainer made it clear to me, right, how bad do you want this? Because, like, I'm going to make you vomit in the park. Do you understand? You're literally going to be hunched over, vomiting in the park. And I can't have you yelling at me over it. Like, how bad do you want this? I said, I am prepared to vomit in the park. I want it that bad. Let's do this. Right? And so, how bad do you want more than $1 million? How bad do you want it? It's not about working harder. It's about changing what you believe to be true, which isn't easy. That's not easy. I'm not saying that's easy, but you have to adjust what you believe to be true. Okay, so we're going to get you this image for free. You can take a picture if you want, but we're going to get it to you for free. We're also going to get you this image for free. So there's 3 things you should be doing every day. 3 things and 3 things only. Number 1 is generating leads somehow, some way. Number 2 is managing those leads somehow, some way. Number 3 is converting those leads somehow, some way. 3 things only. Now, I think you'll notice somewhere on that chart it does not say walk to photocopier and scan in tax returns. Do you notice that? Do you know why it's not on the chart? Because you should not be doing it. That is for your loan coordinator, that is for your processor, that is for someone else. That is not for you. If you start doing assistant activities, you will earn assistant income. Right? If I say to you, why are you passionate about being a loan officer? And you say, I'm passionate about teaching. Great, then you're going to earn a teacher's income. And you say, Eric, that doesn't feel good. I'm sorry that it doesn't feel good. I apologize that it doesn't feel good. It doesn't make it any less true. Your job is to generate business, manage that business, convert that business by being valuable. That is your job. It's not by coercing, that's not it, by being valuable. Now the question is, how do you be valuable? How do you be more valuable than the people sitting next to you or in your marketplace? So hold on. So lastly, so we're going to give you this image for free. And then lastly, the third thing that we're going to give you for free today, if it's okay with you, is we're going to give everybody in the room today, since you took your time and energy to be here with us today, we're going to give you for free a copy of my book. Awesome. Is that all right? So we didn't advertise that. We just wanted to see who would show up. And so you guys showed up, so you get a copy. And so we're going to show you how to get a copy for free at the show. Okay? You guys good? So you don't have to pull out your credit cards, and I'm not here to sell you a copy of the book. Is that fair? Okay, beautiful. So now let's talk about our target demographic, realtors. Hold on, before we start talking about realtors, are there any realtors in the room? 1. I am so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. Yeah, well, maybe we'll convert you over to being a loan officer while you're here. Who knows?
You just want to partner with me. You don't need me there. We see the partner.
Okay, so here's stats from the 2020 survey from the National Association of Realtors. So those realtors with less than 2 years experience, average annual income was $8,500 for the year. For the year. Those realtors with more than 16 years experience, average annual income $75,000 for the year. Average. Technology adoption. 31% of realtors in the United States do not have a website. How are realtors at technology adoption? Would you agree they're bad? Yeah. Okay. And then last, the top 5% of realtors sold the same amount of transactions as the bottom 75% combined. So let me ask you, do you want to go after the bottom realtors? Or you want to go to the top 5? I'm going to suggest to you that if you don't go after the top 5%, if you're in any way, shape, or form going after the bottom, you have a business model designed for bankruptcy. It's mathematical. I'm not here to say, oh my God, fire your realtors, they're bad. That's not what I'm saying, right? You're going to make judgment calls. You might believe in someone, and that's great. These are judgment calls for you to make in your marketplace. But you also have to make decisions that are mathematically, good for your business, good for your family. At the end of the day, what's the goal? Make $1 million a year or more working less than 40 hours a week. Can you do that targeting bad realtors with no business? No. Therefore. And so now what's your ability to say no a lot? Hey, I'm a realtor. You want to take me out for coffee at Starbucks? No, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. No. I won't meet a realtor at Starbucks. I won't do it. Any realtor that has time to meet me at Starbucks is already announcing to me you're in the bottom. You've just announced to me you have time. Because the top 5% of realtors, I promise you, have no time to meet you at a Starbucks. No time. They have no time. So as soon as they say, hey, let's meet at Starbucks, wow, you're out. I'll give you another one. If the first question the realtor asks you is about product, you're out. Hey, do you guys do stated income? You're out. Hey, do you guys do down payment assistance? You're out. Because only the bottom realtors ask that question. Top realtors don't ask that. Okay. So artificial intelligence. I want to try and use an example of understanding data. So I'm going to do a test. Hold on, I'm going to put this down. We're going to use a live artificial intelligence test. So I need a volunteer. So hold on. So somebody who doesn't know me, we've never met, please. And I'm going to ask you just a couple of, you're going to stay seated, you don't have to come on stage, but there we go. So we've never met. Your name? Ryan. Orion. So Orion, you're going to be our test example. So on your pad of paper, without showing anybody, I would like you to write down the name of a very famous person. Anybody, doesn't matter. So they could be a politician, a sports, a musician, actor, actress, doesn't matter why they're famous, but somebody that we've all heard of, somebody in the room. You got a name? And I can't see it? So I'm going to ask you a few questions. We're going to use we're going to say how many data points it takes to figure out the name he wrote down. So, first question is your person real?
Yes.
Is your person a boy?
Yes.
Male? Is your person a YouTuber?
Not by trade. They're probably on YouTube.
But not by trade. Is your person more than 40 years old?
Yes.
Is your person dead?
No.
Is your person an actor?
Has been, but not by trade.
Is your person white?
Yes.
Is your person a wrestler?
No.
Is your person on a popular TV show?
Not that I'm aware of.
Did your character ever play the lead role in a movie?
No.
Did your character run for president? Is your character
Maybe he should, though. Take note on that one.
is your character linked to music in general?
No.
Is your character associated with comedy?
He could be funny, but no.
Is your character linked with sports?
No.
Wow. Is your character from a TV series? Is your character, oh my God, sorry. Is your character a porn actor? Wow, AI, hold on, where's AI going? Wow, okay. Does your character have something to sell?
Yes.
Ah. Is your character linked with cars?
No.
Is your character linked with food?
No.
Does your character work with computers?
Well, not directly. That's not his forte.
Did your character saw a boat in half?
Not that I'm aware of, but it's possible.
Is your character linked with advertising?
Yes.
Does your character have a mustache?
Yeah, I think so.
Does your person own a company?
Yes.
Is your character an inventor?
I believe so, yeah.
Here's the best guess. Mike Lindell.
No, it's Tony Robbins.
Well, he doesn't have a mustache, dude.
That's what I say, I couldn't remember his name.
Okay. So we had inaccurate data. User error. No, I can't go back. So I apologize. We had user error. That's all right. So the point of that, if without user error, it's usually about 10 data points. On average, it's about 10 data points. And it guesses who your person is. In my experience, it's about a 99% accuracy. So what's the point of that? Yeah, you broke the mold. So the point of understanding artificial intelligence is to understand that it predicts our decision making. Understand artificial intelligence, based on very few data points, predicts our decision making. Would you agree that if you're about to have a baby, there's predictable things that are about to happen in your life that you're going to have to decide? If somebody dies in your life, are there predictable things that are about to happen in your life? These are predictable things, okay? Now factor that times a million things that artificial intelligence takes into consideration. There are many things that are very predictable. Would you agree that buying, selling, or refinancing a house are also in that category of very predictable? Yes. Very predictable. Now, FinTech is using that data to call your clients right now. That's what they're doing. They're trying to take your clients from you by using this data. You're not using the data, therefore they have the advantage. That's the problem. So now I'm going to tell you how I became passionate about this. It was November 2007, and I will never forget this day. I was so prepared. I had been working with a software company to automate a mortgage, front to back. From the moment of application to funding, completely automate a mortgage from soup to nuts. And so I wrote a business plan about how to do it, how to monetize it, what we're going to do with it. And I got a meeting November 2007 at a hedge fund office in Silicon Valley. I was incredibly proud. I was so unqualified to be doing this presentation, but I had PowerPoints, I had financial projections, I felt confident. I went into a boardroom like this, and I gave my pitch. And I really felt I crushed it. It was one of those moments where I was like, I wanted to beat my chest. And then I finished, and I turned and I looked at the room, and I realized I blew it. Everybody in the, oh man, I blew it. And so I was waiting for the head person at the end of the conference room table to chime in. And I remember he had his eyebrows furrowed, and his head was just tilted a little bit. And he looked at me and said, so let me get this straight, Eric. You think the money made from this is from licensing the software? I said, yeah, hundreds of millions of dollars. He said, Eric, you don't even know what you're selling. The value of what you just presented is in the data. There's no value in the software. Thanks. So I shook their hands and said, thank you very much. But I remember this overwhelming feeling of embarrassment. Not because I had failed, but because I didn't know what he was talking about. What do you mean the value's in the data? I was standing there going, I didn't know what he meant. I had no concept of, what do you mean? How would you use the data? I don't, what? Huh? And that feeling of embarrassment, realizing that somebody knew something that I was just oblivious to, didn't feel good. And so I went on this journey of I want to never feel that again, so I need to understand data. It was just out of embarrassment, not for any other reason. And so we're going to get to where that goes, but right now, everybody in this room is probably generating their business in one of, or maybe all four, or a combination thereof, these strategies, right? You're either getting referrals from realtors or strategic partners or affinity relationships. Maybe you're working your database really well. Maybe you're getting trigger leads. Maybe you're getting online leads. I don't know. Whatever that is for you, whatever your strategy is, this is the tradition. This is how it's done. This is what's taught. You call a coaching company, right? And they say, hey, you gotta, okay. And I get it, but that's not what fintech's doing. This isn't fintech strategy. And so what's the data that you're in possession of right now? Would you all agree everybody in this room has a smartphone? Would you agree that in your smartphone you have contacts? You've programmed human beings into your smartphone. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
That is data. You just haven't been taught what to do with it. Did you know that you can take cell phone numbers and look up addresses? Did you know you take cell phones and look up email addresses? Did you take cell phones and look up a lot of other information? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. It is not private. I know it should be. We can get into that debate later. It just isn't. So now, your cell phone is data. If you're on social media, do you have Facebook connections? That's data. Are you on LinkedIn? Do you have LinkedIn connections? That's data. Do you have a database, a CRM? That's data. All of that is data. The question then becomes, what are you doing with it? How are you monitoring it? Right? How are you understanding what their decisions are being made based on that data? How many of them are deciding what when? So I was going to think I might use you, but there seems to be a user error. So can we use you? Sure. Your first name? Eric. Eric. Oh, this is easy. 2 Erics. So Eric, if you had to best guess, how many people are in your cell phone? How many contacts? Best guess is fine. 400. 400. So I'm going to suggest to you that that's a lifetime of data entry, because every cell phone you've ever had your entire life is carried into the next cell phone. Correct. So I'd be shocked if there's only 400 people on that cell phone. But let's go with 400. Are you on Facebook?
Yes.
How many Facebook connections do you have?
Not sure.
Roughly.
Call it 600.
600. Dude, we got to get you more out in the universe. So you know that our job is to meet people, right? Yeah. So 600 people on Facebook. Okay, so LinkedIn, how many connections do you have?
200.
Wow, man, 200 LinkedIn connections. Okay, so do you have a database?
Yes.
How many people are in your database?
About 800.
800, brother, we really need to get you out into the universe. So in perspective, right, I would say most salespeople have 1,000 or 2,000 people on their cell phone. Most salespeople have 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 people on Facebook. Most salespeople have 5,000 to 10,000 people on LinkedIn, right? Our job is to be very social. Our job is to create connections. Our job is to create relationships. Our job is to get out there and meet people. That's our job. Be the local lender in our local marketplace, right? And so I'm going to encourage you, brother, you got to get out there in the universe. So if your database is 5,000 people, let's just take a conservative number of 5,000, total 5,000. That's Facebook, LinkedIn, your cell phone, everybody. And you just got them all into, by the way, let me take a quick test. Who here, raise your hand, be honest, if you have a stack of business cards still sitting on your desk somewhere in your office, raise your hand. Yeah, I'm there too. Yeah, Renee had a great quote yesterday from Stanley Kubrick. He said, being on stage, being able to talk about a subject can give you the consoling illusion that you've mastered it. I still have a stack of business cards sitting on my desk. It's still there. It's all in my database, but I don't know why it's sitting there. It just is. So based on 5,000 people, now let's look at some stats. So did you know, according to NAR, National Association of Realtors, and Mortgage Bankers Association, their most recent studies came back showing the average homeowner in America now moves every 10 years. Used to be 5 to 7 years. Now it's every 10 years. We're a little less transient. So if the average homeowner moves every 10 years, that means 10% of a database is going to move per year. It's a gross generalization, but statistically probable, plus or minus. So if you have 5,000 people sitting in your database, 500 of them are going to buy a house in the next 12 months. 500 of them are going to buy a house in the next 12 months. That's 500 purchase mortgages are happening with people that you know. So I'm going to say to you, if you personally are closing less than 500 purchase mortgages a month, and you think everybody you know gets their mortgage from you, you are living in la la land. It's mathematically not possible. Hold on, raise your hand if you'd like an extra 500 transactions a year. Would you like to know the moment someone you know decides they're going to buy a house? They're not tire kicking. They've decided. They're not thinking about, they've decided. And you're notified the moment they decided. Would you like 500 of them per year? Now, according to MBA, the average homeowner also refinances typically at least once, which means 10% of a database refinances per year. If you have a database of 5,000 people, that's 500 refinances per year. Again, a gross generalization, but statistically probable. Who here would like an extra 500 refinances per year? Would you like to be notified the moment somebody decides, I'm going to refinance? I'm not thinking about refinancing, I've decided to refinance. And you're immediately notified. That's using artificial intelligence. That's what that is. I'm not prospecting and hoping. I'm calling someone I know this person. They're in my cell phone, they're on my Facebook, they're in my LinkedIn, they're in my database somehow. This is a human that I know, and they've decided, and I know they've decided. Now I'm making the call. And I'm getting 1,000 of those a year only with a database of 5,000. What if you had a database of 10,000? 15,000? 20,000? Whoa, the numbers get staggering. So getting loans is not the problem. Getting the business is not the problem. None of that is the problem. It's the belief system that you have to actually turn your computer on 5 days a week and make the calls. It's the belief system that you have to block off 3 hours a day to do your prospecting and calls. It's a belief system that you have to live and die by your calendar. It's a belief system that you have to adjust your activities. It's a belief system that you have to allow your loan coordinator processor to take your loans to funding. It's a belief system that you have to give up control of your loans and be a rainmaker. That's the challenge. It has nothing to do with is it easy or hard to get loans. It's incredibly easy. So what do you have to do first? So first, you need to fully upload everybody into a CRM. What CRM? Whatever CRM you're using. People ask me, what's the best CRM? Whichever one you're using. I don't know. They're all good. Pick one. Be in touch, Total Expert, Jungo, whatever. Pick one. Use it. I watch people say, well, I need to analyze. So it's going to take me 6 to 9 months to analyze. Oh my goodness. Pick one. Whichever one you're going to use. Right? And get every human you've ever met into it. Right? You can download it. Do you know how to download your cell phone into your CRM? Who here knows what JGI stands for? Just Google it. JGI. It's fascinating. People text me all, hey Eric, how do I do this? JGI. Are you kidding me? There's this crazy new invention called Google. How do I download my iPhone contacts into my CRM? 15 YouTube videos pop up. There's a 3-minute video on how to do it. Like, come on, you guys. Just Google it. There it is. That's all it is. You can download your cell phone right into your CRM. You can download your LinkedIn connections right into your CRM. You know, there's no data entry. Just download. Boom. It's not hard. Right? You just got to ask the questions. How do I do that? Right, so now you need a direct form, a direct feed into one of the credit bureaus. And you're like, Eric, a direct feed into one of the credit bureaus. Come on now. No, you just don't know how. Don't say it can't be done. You can do it. Hold on. If you have a valid NMLS license, raise your hand. Okay. If you have a valid NMLS license, you are a licensed lender. As a licensed lender, you have the ability to plug into one of the credit bureaus. You just haven't been taught how. You know who doesn't have that ability? Realtors. They're not licensed. Yeah, it's going to get good. Right? And then time block. So if you're going to get 1,000 of these, right? 1,000 of these, do you need to block time every day to call them? So if your cousin decides to get a mortgage, should you call your cousin today or 3 days from now? Today? Right? I'm always fascinated when I'll say, hey, did you call him today? Why? I was busy. Busy. how much money do you make on a mortgage? And they decided, and you were too busy because you were processing your own loan. Oh my God. And that's the frustration, right? And so for me, I'm very irrational about that. Like, do you see the reaction I get? That is my honest reaction. Because I'm like, you're forcibly stopping yourself from making more money to spend time with your family. You're forcibly doing this to yourself. It's like watching somebody saying, I want to lose weight while they're eating a pizza. It's like, what are you doing? So you've got to time block. You've got to live and die by your calendar. And if somebody says, hey, Eric, can we set up a call? It's like, yeah, shoot me an email. Why am I saying shoot me an email? Because my assistant's going to respond to you with my calendar, so you can get onto my calendar, because I got no time to do it. Come on now. My calendar's online, book time on my calendar, God bless. I live by my calendar. I live and die by my calendar. That's it, right? You want time with me? No problem. Here's my calendar. Block of time. That's how it works. And it has to work that way. So what has this got to do with the top 5% of realtors? Okay, you guys came here. This is it. We're going to get into some numbers, and your brains are going to melt, and you're going to say, Eric, it's not possible, and I hear this all the time. And I'll tell you what, if my math is wrong, here's my promise to you right now. If somebody can show me that my math is wrong at the end of this thing, I'll give you $1,000 cash. There it is. I've said it. I'm being videotaped. I'll give you $1,000 cash. Tell me I'm wrong. Okay. So you have a database of 5,000 people. You're getting X amount of leads every month, right? Which is 500 a year purchases, 500 refis a year, right? You're happy, oh my God. Now you say to a realtor, hey realtor, if I could do this on your database for you, if I could let you know when someone in your database has decided to buy or sell or both a house, would that be valuable to you if I could do that for you? What would a realtor's response be? Yes. Now, how many? Okay, if you're a top 5% realtor, how big is their database? I'm going to say to you, big. Because they're in that category because they're buying leads. They're using companies like Commissions Inc., Boomtown, Tiger Leads, Commissions Inc., Real Geeks, OpCity, right? They've got a database of thousands. We just did one of these presentations with a big team in California, 80,000 people in their database. Yeah, so it's not 5,000, right? Let's just say 5,000. Let's go super conservative. You say to a realtor, yes, we're going to do this. Oh, we have 5,000, and you start monitoring their 5,000 for them, and you start getting them their leads, right? So that's 500 a year for that one realtor, right? That you're getting. You're getting the same leads, right? Because you're monitoring them. There's 500. 5 realtor partners. That's 500 transactions, 500 transactions, 500 transactions, 500 transactions, 500 transactions, plus 1,000 transactions of your own. Right? That's 3,500 transactions a year. That's 300 transactions a month. Can you close 15? Can you close 15? Because if you're running your own P&L, you've got a loan coordinator processor, you're closing 15 loans a month, working less than 40 hours a week. Ladies and gentlemen, you're earning $1 million a year. Working less than 40 hours a week, closing 15 out of 300. With 5 realtor partners. That's it. It's that simple. And so my wish for everybody is to do it the easy way. And I hear coaching companies saying, oh, you need to call 50 realtors every Monday morning. Oh my God, shoot me. Look, I like the outcome of prospecting, I do, right? But I can't do it. I just can't do it. I can't call 50 new realtors every Monday morning. Look, and there's lots of lots of loan officers making millions of dollars doing it. I'm not saying it doesn't work, okay? I'm not saying it doesn't work. A horse and buggy works. I prefer a car. That's all I'm saying, right? And fintech is here. Ladies and gentlemen, fintech is calling your clients right now, today, or you can call your clients. They're making a cold call. You get to make a warm call. That's how you beat fintech, by using fintech. You know the person, they don't. You have the relationship, they don't. Use it. But if you don't embrace fintech to beat fintech, fintech will beat you because you're not making the call. You're not even getting to the plate to take a swing. And so how are you going to win the game if you don't step to the plate? You can't. And that's it. And the rest doesn't matter. Everybody can talk to you about great customer service, and I hear this, the other thing I would wish for you is there are 3 things please stop talking about, and that is price, product, and service. Price, product, and service. I hear it, right? And I mean no slight to people, I promise you, and I get it, but this whole, I've got great rates thing, right? I got lower rates, and I'm going to shop your loan, and I'm going to, right? That soundbite is on every corner. Right? If I'm a top realtor, I've got 15 loan officers a week walking in my office giving me that soundbite. I can't listen to it. It has no meaning to me. Right? If you're out there talking about product, well, the reason you should do business with me is because I do down payment assistance. Yeah, you and everybody else. It's not unique. It's not valuable. Right? You and everybody else. But the reason you should do business with me is because here's my cell phone number and I'm always accessible. You and everybody else. It's not unique and it's not valuable, and I hear it. If I'm a realtor, I hear that 15 times a week. Right? Think about it. How many title reps, how many AMC reps, how many escrow reps are walking in your office with that same soundbite? The reason you should use my title company is we've got great rates and great service, and I'm always accessible, and here's my cell phone number. And what do you do with their rate sheet as soon as they walk out your office? You throw it in the trash. Why do you think realtors would treat you any different? They don't. Stop the insanity. Just be more valuable. Think about this. If you said to a realtor, if I give you 500 transactions a year, am I your loan officer? What's the answer? Yes. And that's with a database of 5,000. If they have a database of 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, the numbers just keep going up. If I can alert you the moment that someone in your database decides, am I your partner? Yes. Now you have to deliver on everything else, right? You have to close all your loans on time. I'm not saying don't close your loans on time because it doesn't, no, all that matters. You have to close all your loans on time. You have to deliver on your promises. You have to have operational efficiencies. You have to have your CRM. You have to do all of those things. You have to deliver on the promises. I'm talking about how to get the relationship to be able to deliver on the promises. Okay, so how do you do this the easy way? You guys want the easy way? Yes. Okay. Send a text message. Our sponsor today, Monitor Base, who has graciously purchased all the copies of my book, they're going to give you a free copy at their booth tomorrow. Send a text message, connect to that phone number. No setup fee, first month for free, no obligation, it's free. They do it all for you. They alert you, they monitor you, you just plug and play, guys. It's easy. You just haven't been taught how. That's it. Everybody got it? And then connect to me on social media. That would be my request. That's my ask. So tomorrow, when you send that text, we're going to do the book giveaway is tomorrow because the booths aren't open today. So it's tomorrow, 12 to 3. Just come back and you'll get a free copy of the book, 12 to 3 tomorrow. I'll be at the booth to answer questions as well. So if you want to pick my brain, what about? We just did a deal with the #1 realtor team in all of California. That's the 80,000 person database. They're doing 80 transactions a month, one team, one realtor team. 80 transactions a month. Right? Now, did I get the meeting right away? No. But when you get to know me, you'll realize I'm like a dog on a rope. When somebody says no to me, it's like, oh, that's cute. That's so cute. You said no to me. Oh, you think that's the end. No, that's the beginning. That's just the beginning. Some people in this room know that. It's like, yeah, Eric's stubborn. He's stubborn. Yeah, I'm very stubborn. That's all right. So, did I deliver on $1 million a year working less than 40 hours a week? That's my wish for everybody, right? I just want you home with your families. right? That's it. Get home to your families. I'm irrational about it, and that's my wish for you. Connect with me on social media, and thank you so much for your time.